O'Rourke, and thanks to PPP Solidarity for bringing forward the motion, and to commend at the outset the MLSA executive and officials for the leadership that they have shown. We had some of the team in the AV room last Tuesday before the first day of strike action, and most of all to commend medical scientists from right around the country for the resolve that they have shown. Others have talked about the fundamental issues at play here in terms of pay parity, 20-year claim, the expert review. Taoiseach at the minute was the minister at the time. Others have pointed towards the issue of insult to injury with laboratory aids, and I don't think there's a medical scientist in the country that would deny laboratory aids the wage they're getting, but it's a recognition of the valuable contribution that laboratory aids make, but it's a further indication of the contradiction within the system that the people that they are answerable to are actually getting paid less than them. I welcome the fact that there is an engagement at the Labour Court, but as my colleagues have said, it must be a meaningful engagement. It must come with an understanding of the issues and a willingness and ability to find solutions. And I would implore on you to engage with the Minister McGrath and deeper to find those solutions and to be creative. And there is huge opportunity to be creative here, and it needs to extend beyond 1%. I want to touch on two major issues. I worked as a medical scientist, and now from looking from the outside in, I want to reflect on some of my experience of that profession and to touch on two issues of dedication and of excellence. Dedication, many people have talked about it here, 24/7, 365 service, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, bank holidays, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the evening, harsh winters, 2013, 2017, some of the colleagues mentioned about 15 days straight during COVID. I know during some of those, whether it's Storm Ophelia, where medical scientists didn't leave the building for up on a week. Such is the level of dedication, and doesn't cause a thought to them. Such is the level of dedication. Mainly women doing that work. During COVID, such dedication. Where was the support for childcare? It wasn't there. Again, another example. When I started work as a medical scientist, some of my colleagues had lived with the marriage bar. I think it's no coincidence that we're in this place in a profession that is dominated by women. I want to touch on the issue of excellence. We don't see it in very many places. In medical science, you're talking about a culture of excellence that is driven by their own dedication, by their own commitment, not for reward, because you've introduced a glass ceiling for them. But as colleagues have said, they're an essential part of practically every clinical decision. They have degrees, they have master's degrees, multiple master's degrees, they have PhDs, FRC path, MRC path. I remember the internal journal is called Converse. I remember specifically reading an article in it of colleagues who had done MRC path and PhDs, talked about the experience. We did it for personal development, to contribute to the profession, to improve the profession, not for personal gain, because there is a glass ceiling that you have introduced. There's huge opportunity there in terms of advanced practice if you have the creativity to realise that opportunity. Pioneering science. This isn't off-the-shelf stuff. They are building, in many cases, they are building these assays from the ground up. We've seen it in COVID-19. In practically every lab, they are doing their own basic science, pure science, building the assays from the ground up, including the most high-tech of molecular science. fully accredited laboratories. It was JCI when I was starting, now it's INAB 15189. There's an obligation on transfusion labs. On the other labs, they do it because they want to maintain the highest standard. And the recruitment and retention crisis that ye have created is putting those standards under pressure. So there's spectacular opportunity here. This is the best of public services as I see it. We should be putting it up in lights and rewarding it, Minister, and that's what you need to do.